And I'm not sure if Ziggy has his hand up or if
He,
you can bring him up here.
he does. I'll bring him
I'm
up.
not sure. All right, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Oh, he keeps popping up and down. Right to speak. Well, let's get started.
Hello, boys.
Here we go,
Yo,
Ziggy.
yo. Yo.
Yeah, I just wanted to. I have a question for Schaefer. Does he live in the train station? I mean, we need to buy Jake a chair and Schaefer a house.
Yeah, no, it's I guess the train station's like 2 blocks or the train tracks, but far too close, honestly, for comfort.
Yeah.
If you're buying houses, I'll put my hand up as well. But let's get started.
I got you.
We've got a smaller crowd today, but we'll keep going, and it's recorded anyway, so people can watch back, and I'll write up my recap. But basically, let's run through a few of the things. So we got art, big one for art. We've hinted at it a lot, but the art upgrade has started. I wish Gecko was here to talk his way through it, but I've had a look at a few of them, and it's yeah, I love it. So, and with NFT art, it's a very niche sort of thing, and you've got to hit the right spots. So we're just working through that process now, and making sure that we still have the same rarity carried along and the same classes and factions and all that that'll still fit in with the lore, but just pop on Twitter and Discord.
Yeah, exactly. I was talking to him today. We're definitely focused on keeping everyone's rarity the same, even sort of the vibe. Because me personally, like my PFP or I have a gold cyber mask, I don't want to lose sort of that specialness I see in that trait. Obviously, some will change a little bit. Hopefully, people don't hate them too much if they spend too much money on them. But yeah, really focusing on, no one's going to lose their favorite trait if they have it, right? And like Searcher said, the rarity is going to be the same. We're playing with our first design right now. I can say it kind of gives off like Black Dynamite vibes, Boondock vibes, I guess, like super bold, dark vibes, I guess you can say. But there's going to be a bunch of iterations or styles, and come time, we're going to throw it at the community and see which ones you guys love. But as of right now, it's just we're playing around. We're still months away from this, so it's just exciting for it to be in already on the tracks, let's say.
I think Gecko was saying a little earlier than that, but I don't know if he's if he fully understands the 900 traits that we've got lined up. So we'll see. Don't want to overpromise.
Yeah,
but
exactly. We were talking about how to make like the hair less complicated because we have 3-part hairs, 5 different skin traits, but we also have the different like skin facial structures, I guess you could say, or face structures for different races. So we're going to dumb that down. So that gives less complexity. So yeah, playing around with things to make it so he doesn't have to do 900 traits again. So yeah, I mean, we'll see how long it takes. Gecko thinks, a few months. I'm going to say closer to May, I would say.
And on top of that, it is hand-drawn. I guess there has been a few questions about the use of AI. Gecko is also an incredible artist by hand as well. He just uses AI on occasion for the marketing content, just for efficiency and to allow him to focus on stuff like this art upgrade. He also is preparing Monarchs, working on the next chapter of the lore. So for those that like reading the lore, that's coming. And the art team's also working on a hype video for the core product launch. So that's still on track for mid-January, and we're just getting the marketing and the videos created for that to hype everyone up back on the timeline. So that's probably
regarding the.
What's that?
Sorry, regarding the art upgrade, can you make something like Tayo Pilots did? So we can use, I don't know, bead with Talon to increase the rarity, or I don't know, convert it to a 1 of 1.
I'm not sure on that side. I believe we will be integrating Talon for the art upgrade. As for you're
Okay.
talking more about paying for trade upgrades, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I don't know, some kind of mechanic to use Talon,
It's a good,
to increase its value.
it's a good suggestion, and I'll write that down, and we'll have a talk to the team and see what they think.
Yeah, yeah.
Yep, awesome. That's a bit about it from the art perspective. Did you have anything else, Schaefer, or did anyone have any questions in the community about those things we talked about? Is chapter
I can
is chapter
I can
3
add just one more thing
Yeah, you go.
when you're ready. Yeah, sorry. So basically, also it's kind of tied in with the marketing, but there's a. Actually, I'll say that second. Gecko's also creating a one of one, much like the one we dropped today on the Raffle House. If you haven't seen it yet, it's by Moy Moy, super dope. But he's doing a one of one for our sort of additional collection that has the same utility as a UGS NFT, but additional NFTs utility. But his art is going to be completely different, and his one of one will be linked to a lore, like a little teeny story pertaining to this one of one. So it'll be a super unique one of one and have a little backstory to it. And then second, we've already started to work on this 3D hype video. So I don't know if you want to talk about that, Searcher.
Yeah. I dropped that in a little bit, but I don't have. I actually haven't seen it, so maybe you can talk more about that.
Oh, for sure, for sure. So, Street Beast, we have a 3D artist who has worked for studios that do really prominent games that you definitely have played, like Assassin's Creed, things like that. He did a bunch of our hype videos pre-mint, but he's making a product video for Core. So, essentially, it's a 3D video of a laptop opening up and then zooming in on the screen. And then on the screen is actually an active video of Core being in use. So, that is. The second version of that is dropping today or sent to us today. We're sending back a little feedback. The final one will be done soon. So that kind of segues into Core's marketing. So we have like a 10-day pre-Core plan that we're about to launch. I guess shorter than 10-day now, but a huge marketing push on that side coming.
Yep. I'm getting excited for that next step. I know Core is what a lot of people are waiting for and wanting to see how it goes and to be able to use it. So I'm getting excited to finally roll that out. Not that that's the end. We still have massive plans after that. So I know sometimes the big news comes and everyone's like, "What's next?" We've definitely got stuff coming, but we're just keeping that under wraps for the moment. Now, let's move on to the Raffle House. So I think we had what I would think a fairly seamless rollout of the Raffle House. We've taken on some feedback from the community, and we're definitely going to implement that on the full release. So this was just the MVP to see how well it would run and to get feedback from you guys. But so far, it's worked pretty well from my perspective, but would love to hear from you guys to see what your guys' thoughts were, because these are the users. You can, if you want to drop it in the Gen chat as well, that's fine. Or put your hand up.
My experience so far with it's been great. Maybe the only thing I would say to add is like a ticket counter, to see how many tickets that you've purchased on that individual raffle.
Yeah, so
and then maybe
you go.
Maybe a profile page as well, where you can like track all your like losses and your wins and things, a bit like how DCF do it.
I love that. So that's all feedback we've taken on. That turns out the dev team had already worked on that. It's more just that how we got it set up now is so only the team can create raffles. But once it's for the community to be able to set up raffles, they'll have dashboards, and once you connect your wallet, it'll have all of that tracking information, so you can keep an eye on what raffles you've entered and which ones have finished and which ones you've won, I guess. So that could have been communicated maybe a little bit better before we actually launched it. But yeah, that's definitely in the works.
Cool.
Yeah, because I know a few people were like, think they weren't sure whether that actually entered or not, and you had to click on the NFT, and and look for your wallet address to find out, which is not. We want to be as seamless and as easy to use, and that's the way we're moving. I know Razikin wants to put rarity in, and were you wanting trait floor values, Razikin, or just the floor value of the project itself?
Just the project.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
It's actually on there, actually.
Yeah, that's
floor
on there
price,
now.
and then
Can you guys check the last raffle and announce the winner?
Oh yeah, so that's
I'll do
another.
that right now.
That's another one. So that will be automated for the full version, but with the current MVP, we have to close off the raffles before they get announced. For those that weren't aware. That's an interesting one that I'm reading there with Razikin's written about potentially switching factions. I never thought about that, and because we have an imbalanced faction set anyway, that's not a bad idea. I'll take that one on board and bring it to the team as well. Now, let me look through my notes again. So the raffle house. One more thing we've got is we're going to start bringing whitelist opportunities to the raffle house. Not all of them, because not all whitelist people are going to enter a raffle for, but maybe some of the more hyped ones that we get, we'll throw in the raffle house so that it gives those that actually really want it more of an opportunity to get the whitelist spots compared to just a sub giveaway where there's no friction to enter. Plus, it's another burn mechanism or sync mechanism for Talon as well. And we also have the artist spotlights coming up. So we're trying to use our raffle and auction house as not only a place for liquidated NFTs for the community to raffle off their NFTs, but also a place for artists, one-of-one artists, to be able to showcase their work and sell their work. So we're going to be doing, I believe it's either weekly or bi-weekly spotlights of these artists. And we already have 4 lined up. Actually, we might have 5 lined up to go, where not only will we raffle and auction off their work, but we're also going to have a page there while they're the spotlight artists to go through, I guess, them as an artist and their work. So we're starting off with Muimui, who I know a lot of you have probably seen now through a bunch of our work, one-of-one pieces we've got commissioned in the past. We also have Scooby, which is one of our community members, and he's actually a musician, so not a lot of people see one-of-one music. So I think that's a cool way we can showcase that artwork on our platform. And we got a couple more that are big and I'm really excited about, but we just need to finalise them on the back end before we start going through that process. But yeah, we got some really big artists that are going to be spotlighted on our auction house. Okay. So does anyone have any questions about the raffle auction house or anything from that perspective before I move on?
Yeah, real quick, winners are selected, by the way, Ziggy, or everyone. Winners are selected in the raffle house, so you can go see if you won right now and if you want to choose your prize. Kind of would be sick if someone in the crowd won.
Fuck, I didn't win. I bought 60 tickets in the last minute. Won a guy with 15.
Sergio, I had a question.
Yep.
I bought a lot of tickets for this, the Samurai, the Cyber Samurai.
Yep.
And I don't see it on the page anymore. Like, it's not on both the pages, not the completed and not the live.
Do you know what happened with that, Schaefer?
What is the question? I'm sorry.
The Cyber Samurai raffle. Do you know what happened with that? Because Kumar bought a bunch of tickets for it, and it's no longer on the raffle page.
As far as it doesn't show up in finished raffles, let me go over there real quick.
So that
No,
might
it
be
doesn't.
that's a good bit of feedback then.
Yeah, it doesn't say any of the raffles as well, like the Warlord, any of them rather. Um, so yeah, this is UI error as well. Thank you. I mean, this is a big one. Let me get this fixed now.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, okay. So I'm looking
Yeah,
at this
thank you.
here, and it looks like there's two. Yeah, so Legacy's shown up that there's two NFTs in Finnish raffles that still have 2 hours to go apparently. So we might need to look into that. Get IT to look at that as well, Schaefer. So all this stuff's great feedback for us to then send back to the dev team to get tidied up and fixed up.
Yeah,
No, I
guess
think
what
he just needs to refresh the page. I think because
No,
it
I
doesn't
mean,
refresh.
doesn't show for me either, though. Honestly.
Yeah, exactly. If he refreshes the page, the cooldown will be accurate, I think.
Yep.
Okay. I guess you can say, or I can say rather, tomorrow we'll have, or not tomorrow, in 2 days, because we're piecing our raffles off. Like, we'll raffle today, the 1 of 1, break tomorrow, the day after we'll raffle. We're doing a UDAO, Underground DAO NFT, which is 5 soul floor price in Talon, 2 Ghost Faced, UGS NFT, all in Talon. There's one more as well. We're doing a Tile Pilot in Soul. Yeah, just a bunch of things popping that. And then the day after that, we'll do another 1 of 1 in Talon. So don't necessarily spend all your Talon in 2 days when we drop a bunch of raffles in Talon. But we definitely want to push as many raffles in Talon as possible because we know that's what you guys love.
Who put the pilot up, Schaefer?
Oh, it was me. It was me, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This was my that was my first NFT flip or one I've purchased since the project. I mean, I took a break rather. Pilots has been on everyone's radar. Supposed to come out at 20 after mint, so I copped 5, and luckily it worked out. So I decided, send one to the black market.
Nice. Okay, well, unless anyone's got any more questions on the raffle side of things, we might move on to biz dev because Jake can't make it. But we have big news on the liquidity side of things. So we've sort of, I don't know how much I can talk about it, Schaefer, the liquidity for core, but we have locked up a lot more liquidity for. I don't, I don't really know how to say it too much in detail. It would be nice if Jake was able to explain it a bit more. But we've sort of partnered up for liquidity.
I guess we can say like other prominent lenders and lending platforms are kind of hinting at wanting to do liquidity or providing their providers for us. So Solana is helping Solana. We can say that, right?
Yep. Okay. That's that sounds good, but it's massive. I think that's probably one of the biggest things we've had recently come through, and liquidity management is a big part of what we do, and making sure the core's successful. So as much as I want to say what's happened, all I can say is that we're a lot more secure moving forward. The auction house should be out soon as well. And we have a big partnership announcement on Wednesday. I don't know anything about this, but all it's got in his brackets is Chainlink. Can you explain any more about this at all, Schaefer, or is that something that Jake's been working on solo?
I guess that's more of a hint at Chainlink, deeper partnership, And also, what I can say, I don't know if it was mentioned, we've been talking with Phantom, and they're definitely working on our side. So we'll be working with them closely for the next month until they have sort of some updates coming. So when they do these updates, we'll be the first kind of featured for said updates. I don't know if I'm allowed to share much else, but if you can dive the details there, you'll be able to figure it out. But yeah, just big partnerships on the way. Everyone's supporting us as far as, like we said, Phantom, Chainlink. So the biggest, info and partnerships we could even get.
Awesome. So yeah, that's the biz dev side. I don't have a ton of information on that. But if you've got any questions, ping Jake and get him to harass him to give you the answers for it. Now, what have we got after that? That's probably the main stuff from our side. So we're just continuing on with the raffle house, auction house out soon. Once it's been battle tested, we'll get the community to be able to put up their own NFTs after that. Core is not far off. The marketing campaign's about to start. So I guess the one other thing that we'd talk about is the faction council. So I've been blown away by the community members that put their hand up to run these faction councils, and also the amount of work that everyone's gone into since they've started. So I think it's less than a week since the faction councils were, I guess, inaugurated. And yeah, it's been a wild ride already. All of them have got their own little spin on things, and I saw that Othon today got a lollipop quote tweet and absolutely blew up on the timeline. So it's battles on, I guess. I'm the Arco sponsor, so we better get a kick on Ziggy.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. I mean, if you tag Lollipop on Twitter, he will retweet it instantly. So, yeah, I mean, it's not really a big deal. But yeah, good job, Otton.
So I know we've got on Thursday or Friday my time, we've got a council member meeting where we're all going to catch up and just get everything organised. So make sure everyone's Twitters are set up, make sure all the wallets are set up, and that we've got, I guess, some rules and governance moving forward. But I'm pretty excited with what's going to happen. And after that Thursday meeting, we'll kick off the next faction event, which will basically be trying to grow the Twitter accounts of these sub-DAOs and who can do it the best and the quickest in a week. And then there'll be some rewards for the winning factions and individuals within that faction. But
nice.
I think it's been a great start. A lot of the factions are thinking about ways to create revenue themselves, so they don't have to rely on the grant system, which I think is a good idea because it makes these factions, I guess, more efficient and fluid. Because going through the grant system's a slower process, and we definitely have to oversee it a little bit more from a legal perspective. But getting their own revenue sources is great, and self-sustainability is it's exciting. I'm excited watching all of the I guess members ticking away. But that's all I've got for today. So does Schaefer, do you have anything more, or does anyone in the community have anything else they want to bring up before we close out for the week?
Yeah, let's just open questions real quick and then see them next week. But good job, Searcher.
Looks like
I have a question.
Yep, go.
Do you guys plan to release the exchange? What's the name? Extension for the core?
So
previously of the official release of the core, or no?
To, I guess, like in a beta version.
Just to give a feedback and whatever. Just like
Yep.
NFT Backpack is doing. I don't know. If you guys know.
Good question. Do you know if we're doing that at all, Schaefer, or is that if we aren't, we'll have a talk and see if we can do that and get feedback in like a beta version or a DevNet version maybe.
Alpha version.
Yep. We'll see how we're going with that. But even if we don't, we would love any feedback from you guys. Because we also don't want to slow down the release as well. So we'll, if not, we'll take on any feedback you guys have. That'd be awesome. I'm not sure if Schaefer can hear in right now. Oh, there he is.
Yeah, no. There will be an unrolling of alpha, beta, and then regular release. I don't know if the timing was the question, but yeah, it's still looking like a week or two, I would say, and then the alpha, the beta, and then definitely slow rolling in the sense that, like you said, taking feedback and perfecting it, much like the MVP of the raffle site. But should be very soon.
Gotcha. Thank you.
That might be something to look into, Schaefer. I know we're talking to Phantom, but it might be worthwhile having a chat to Backpack as well and get us integrated directly into that, because it seems to be the way
Yeah, actually,
moving forward.
yeah, I actually like the guys. The guys over at Backpack are awesome, so I don't see a problem integrating them first with all of our other partner wallets.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to close us off there, but thanks everyone for coming along and listening in, and let's keep moving forward and keep building and becoming the biggest project on Solana and more.
Yeah, good job, guys.